Hello, welcome my to channel. Reading book, enjoy book 9084. Sim looked up. Here come person, he said. Something in the tone of his voice seems to add the beautiful person wisdom fellow tender at Victoria Mansion was in fact threading his way across the room, a tubby middle-sized man with fire hair and frog-like face. At 35, he was already putting on roll of fat at neck and waistline, but his movements were brisk and boyish. His whole appearance was that of the little boy Growler, so much so that also he was wearing the regular overall. It was almost impossible not to see of him as being there in the polo short, grey shirt and red neckerchief of the space. If him and Saul was a picture of the dimpled neck and a sleeve rolled back from body force arm. Person did indeed invariably revert so short when a community hike or any other physical activity gave him an excuse for doing so. He greeted him then bows with the cheery hello, hello, and sat down at the table, giving off an intense smell of sweet bed of mistrust out all over his pink face. His pour of sweating were extraordinary at the community center. You could always tell when he had been played table tennis by the demand of the bad-handed. Sim had produced a strip of paper on which there was a long column of words and was studied with an ink pencil between his fingers. Look at him working away in the lawn, her said person, nothing wisdom necking. Was that you got there, old boy? Something a bit too bright for me. I expect something, old boy. I'll tell you why I'm chasing you. It's that sub you forgot to give me. Which sub is that? Said Winston, atomically feeling for money. About a quarter of ounce salary had to be earmarked for voluntary subscriptions, which were so enormous that it was difficult to keep track of them. For Hedwig, you know, the house by house found treasure for our block. We're making an all-out effort, going to put on a tremendous show. I tell you, it won't be my fault if old Victory Mansion doesn't have the biggest outfit of flag in the whole street. $2 you promised me. Wisdom found and handed over to Crescent and 50 notes, which person trained a small notebook in the neat handwriting of the lecturer. By the way, old boy, he said, I hear the little bugger of man left fly at you with his capsule yesterday. I give him a good dressing down for it. In fact, I told him I'd take the capsule away if he does it again. I see he was a little upset at not going to the excuse, said Winston. Ah, well, what I mean to say, show the right straight, doesn't it? Little beggar, they are both of them. But talk about the cans. All the thing about it is spice, and he were, of course. Do you know what that little girl of mine did last Saturday when her throat was on a hike out Breakmasted way? She got the water girl to go with her, slipped up from the hick and spent the whole afternoon following a strong man. They kept on his tail for 2 hours right through the wood, and then when they got into a brush, handed him over to the patrol. What do they do that for? Said Wisdom, somewhat taken aback. Parson went on triumphantly. My kid made sure he was some kind enemy agent, might have been dropped by Parchard, for instance. But here's the point. Old boy, what do you think put her onto him in the first place? She spotted he was wearing funny kind of shoes. She said she's never seen any on wearing shoes like that before. So the chance where he was a foreign party smart for a nipper of 7. What happened to the men? Said Wisdom. Ah, that I could say, of course, but I would be also together surprised if Person met the mention of a man alive and clicking his tongue for the explosion. Good, said Sam abstractly without looking up for his tribe of paper. Of course, we can't afford to take change. Agree with Stone. Dutifully, what I meant to say, there is a very unsaid person. I saw in confirmation of this a trumpet call followed from the telescreen just above their head. However, it was not a proclamation of the military victory this time, but merely an announcement for the mystery of plenty. Comrade, cried an angry, useful voice. Attention, comrade, we have glorious news for you. We have won the battle for production. Return now complete of the output of all class of consumption goods show that the standard of living has risen by no less than 20% over the past year. All over Oceania this morning there were irrepressible spontaneous discrimination when workers marched out of factories and effect and parted through histories with them voicing their gratitude to Big Bowser for the new happy life which his wise leadership has bestowed us. Here are some of the complete figure foodstuff. The first our now happy life record several times. It has been a favorite of late with the Ministry of Plenty. Person his attention caught by the trumpet call sat listening with a sort of gaping solemnity, a sort of edified boredom. He could not follow the figure, but he was aware that they were in some way a cause for satisfaction. He had lugged out a huge and 50 pipe, which was already half full of the corrector tobacco. With the tobacco written 100 grams a week, it was seldom possible to find a pipe to the top. Winston was smoking Victory cigar which he held carefully horizon. The narration did not start till tomorrow and had only 4 cigarettes left. For the moment he had shut his ears to remote noise and was listening to the stuff that streamed out of the telescreen. It appeared that there had even been demonstration to send Big Brother for raising the chocolate ration to 20 grams a week. and only yesterday he reflected it had been announced that ration was to be reduced to 20 grams a week. Was it possible that they could slow that after only 24 hours? Yes, they slow it. Person slow it is with the stability of an animal. The eyeless creature at the other table slowed in fantasy passatory with a faller's desire to track down the noise and was poised on a who should suggest that last week the ration had been 30 grams. Say to in some more complex way involved double system swallowed it was hidden alone in the position of a memory. That's enough. Goodbye.